Dear student, I am starting your lecture number 9 on the topic of common emitter amplifier. Common emitter amplifier. Up to 8 lecture, we have discussed about characteristics of transistor of transistor. We have discussed characteristics for common emitter, common base. Then we have discussed about the permissible operating area. Okay. Then we have discussed about its basic circuit, basic amplifier circuit. We have discussed current gain beta. We have seen for common emitter, we have seen the equation of collector current is beta IB plus you return ICEO. Okay. Now, then we have discussed for the common base. For common base, we have discussed characteristics is basic amplifier circuit, is current gain alpha. Then we have derived this equation also. This is your alpha into I plus ICBO. After that, we have seen the relation between beta and alpha. Also, we have seen the relation between ICO and ICBO plus some basic numerical we have discussed. Today I am studying the topic is common emitter amplifier. In a common emitter amplifier topic, I will discuss in a common emitter amplifier topic, we have to discuss DC load line, its operating point, or it is called quiescent point, or sometimes we are referring as a Q point. Then DC input resistance. This is we are discussing under the title of graphical analysis of common emitter transistor amplifier circuit. Then we'll see its AC load line. Then we'll see about the efficiency of class A direct couple resistive load amplifier. We'll see the efficiency of class A direct couple resistive load amplifier is 25%. We'll see that. I am starting your chapter, means topic common emitter amplifier. In this first title is what? Graphical analysis of common emitter amplifier circuit. In this first topic we are discussing DC load line. First I am discussing DC load line. Look here. The basic common emitter amplifier circuit is as shown in figure. This I am showing you basic common emitter amplifier circuit. This is called resistor RL. Actually it is called load resistor. This is your supply voltage VCC. Here is your coupling capacitor C2 and you will get output voltage here. This is a ground line. Here coupling capacitor C1. These are source resistors Vs. This is your Vs. This is your VBB. This is RB. Look here. This is a basic common emitter amplifier circuit. Okay. This is a grounding line is same. Okay. Now we will discuss the function of each component. Then we will start DC load line, how to draw. First, RS is called load resistor, across which output voltage is developed. That develop the output voltage coming from the transistor. So RL is called load resistor across which output voltage is developed. C2. C2 is called coupling capacitor. The RS across output is developed. C2 is a coupling capacitor. Coupling capacitor, which allow only AC and block DC. For your understanding, at this point, you will get AC plus DC. Means, for your better understanding, I can show like this. This is a VC voltage with time T. You will get such kind of the voltage. So this is your DC. This is your DC level. This is your DC. And this is your AC. So at this point you will get DC plus AC both. AC ride over on the DC level. So these block the DC voltage and you will get only AC at the output. Only AC at the output. So this is called coupling capacitor, which block DC and allow only AC. Now, this is called bias resistor. Bias resistor. This provides the necessary value of the bias current for forward operation of the transistor. So you provide such a value of the voltage between base and emitter. You provide such a value between base and emitter. I am showing you. You provide such a value of the voltage between base and emitter. So this is transistor is operated in a forward bias mode. So this provides the necessary value of the bias current. VBB provides the necessary value of the bias current through resistor RB. So the word is used bias resistor. Okay. Now C1. C1 is also called coupling capacitor that allow only AC. Here only AC will come. If by mistake here AC plus DC both is there, This block the DC and allow only AC to this. So remember, this block the DC as well as what it will do. What it will do. This also prevent the source VC from DC current coming from the supply. These also block DC current reaching to the source, and this DC current is coming from the supply. So these also block this DC current. So this will be safe. This is called function of each component. So what is Vs? Vs is a source which gives the signal. This signal is to be amplified here. This signal is to be amplified here. Rs is the resistance of the source. Each and every source has some resistance. So Rs, suppose you are speaking in a microphone and that signal, your voice signal is amplified here. So this is a microphone. So that microphone has some resistance. So that resistance I am writing source resistance Rs. So this is your function of the component in a basic circuit. Now let us discuss DC load line. I am starting your DC load line. See here, DC load line. DC load line. Say this voltage between collector and emitter is Vc. Say this current is this current is IC. This current I am writing IC is flowing like this. DC current. I use the word DC, so I am talking only for DC. Whenever you are talking for DC, AC is not applied. Whenever you are talking for this is not applied. This is not applied. Means if you want to carefully understand, then in next circuit, I cannot show this. I have to show only the without this. I have to show without this. So DC load line. Apply the Kirchhoff laws, second law, to the output section. Second, right? VCC is equal to ICRL plus VC. You can see here. This VCC is equal to ICRL plus voltage between these two. This VCC is equal to ICRL plus voltage between these two. That I am showing here. From this I can write IC is equal to minus 1 upon RL into VC plus VCC by RL. This is the equation. I want to plot this equation on output characteristics of a transistor for common emitter. This is the equation of line you can see here. And I want to plot this line on the output characteristics. So how to plot? Look here, how to plot. This is your output characteristics I am showing you. This is output characteristics. Okay. Now this is in milliampere current. Just to explain you, I am taking this is a VC. This is your IC axis. So let us write the equation again. VCC is equal to ICRL plus VC, and we know that this is your equation of line, BA equation of line, and this line has a slope is -1 upon RL. It has a slope is how much? -1 upon RL. So let us plot this line. To plot the line, you require 2 points. So from this equation, I will try to get 2 points. First point, let IC is 0. IC is nearly 0. If it is like this, then VC is equal to VCC. You can see here. If this is 0, then VCC is equal to what? VC. If this is 0, you can say VCC is equal to VC. To explain you I am taking. Suppose this VCC is 12 volt, 16 volt. How much? This is 16 volt. And this RL is 400 ohm. Just to explain I am showing you. Then I have to write 16 volt. So plot this point VC is equal to 16 volt on VCE axis. Means somewhere here I have to show it is VC is equal to VCC. Okay. So one point I have put here. Second point I have to discuss. Let IC is maximum. If IC is maximum, then this product is maximum. If this is maximum, you know this is a constant quantity. Constant is equal to maximum plus VC. If this is maximum, then this must be minimum. Listen, let IC is maximum or is saturated. If IC is maximum, then this product is maximum. If this product is maximum, then this term will be minimum. So I can say then ICRL maximum. So VC tends to 0. As a result, VCC is equal to IC. I write maximum into RL. So IC maximum is equal to VCC by RL. So plot this point on y-axis. Plot IC maximum is equal to VCC by RL. Say this is 16 volt. Say this you have 400 ohm. You will get 14 to 10 raised to -3 or get 40 milliampere. Plot this is just to explain you I have taken. So our maximum current I should write here is your maximum current is nothing but the what? IC maximum. What should write? VCC by RL. And how much you are getting? You are getting 40 milliampere. So this is your VCC by RL. Okay. So plot this point on IC axis. So I have plotted here. Look again. To plot the DC load line, I want to plot the DC load line. This is the equation of output section. Means this current, this is the equation of the what? Line. So to draw this line, what I am doing? Take IC is equal to 0. Suppose. Then this is 0. If this is 0, then VC is equal to VCC. say this your VC is 16 volt. Put this point on this axis. I have put here. This is 16 volt. Okay. Second, let IC is maximum. This is maximum. If this is maximum, this product is maximum. Constant is called maximum plus VC. If this is maximum, this tends to 0. So this tends to 0. I have written. This is maximum. So you can say this is maximum. So VC tends to 0. So this is VCC is equal to, if this is 0, VCC is equal to this. So IC maximum is VCC by RL. So this point you have to put here on axis, IC axis. So that I have taken, look here, plot IC maximum on IC axis. To explain what I have taken, VCC is 16 volt. What is RL I have taken? 400 ohm using your circuit. 400 ohm. So how much maximum current? 40 milliampere. So 40 milliampere I have drawn. So the joining between these two, you are joining these two. I have joined. So this line, the line joining between these 2 points is called DC load line. The line joining between this and this 2 points is called DC load line. This line represents the all possible combination of the coordinate VCE and IC on this line for a given value of VCC and RL. These lines represent all possible combination of coordinate VCE and IC for a given value of VCC and RL. Means, if you do not understand, this is possible, be a possible coordinate AIC and VCE. This is possible. But this is not possible. Be a possible नहीं है. For given value of the supply voltage and RL, this is not possible. Only this, be any one of this is possible between this. So this is called DC load line. And slope of this line is -1 upon RL. Slope of the line, slope of DC load line is -1. So in 1 mark, so somebody is asking you, what the slope of the DC load line? So your slope is what? -1 upon 400. So this is your slope, you can say. Slope means is nothing but the, you understand, milliampere per volt. Yeah, milliampere per volt. So this is about DC load line. Remember, this line represents the possible combination of collector current, VC, and collector current for given value of VCC and RL. Second important point. This intersection point, is called saturation point. The intersection point of the DC load line with IC axis is called saturation point. Most important. This is your saturation point. This point is called saturation point. The intersection point of the DC load line with IC axis is called saturation point. So what is the significance of this? This gives a current IC max. This indicates maximum at the most, maximum this much current can pass through the transistor. Current cannot pass more than this value. So for a given circuit, for a given circuit, maximum current is how much can pass VCC by RL. Remember for 1 mark. Maximum current how much can pass VCC by RL for this circuit. Lower than this it is possible, but not more than this current. VC maximum DC current only how much can pass VCC by RL. So 40 milliampere. How much? 40 milliampere. Remember. So this indicate, this is a saturation point. This indicate maximum this much value of the current can pass. So in a 1 mark MCQ, suppose I am putting in this circuit, is it possible to get the current of 50 milliampere? No. Survive. 16 upon 400, you will get 40 milliampere. So you cannot get here 50 milliampere. So suppose somebody is asking you, can you get here in this 40 milliampere current maximum? Yes, you can get. So remember, there is a saturation point. Now this point, the intersection point of the DC load line with VC axis gives the cutoff voltage, or cutoff region. This is your cutoff region. This is your saturation region. This is your cutoff region, saturation. So maximum you can get the output. This indicate this much maximum you can get the output. How much maximum you can get output? VCC. How much you can get maximum output? VCC. Not more than this. So in any circuit, remember, in any circuit, maximum output voltage can be up to VCC. So I am asking you here, in this output, in this circuit, output is 20 volt. Is it possible? No. Why? Maximum how much voltage you can get at the output? 60. So not more than this. So this too is a important point. Maximum output voltage is possible in a common emitter circuit is VCC. Not in most of the watt circuit, it is a VCC. And this we are discussing without AC, remember. Without AC we are discussing. Now, so this I have discussed about DC load line and these two important points. Let us discuss about the operating point. I am discussing now operating point. We often use Quiescent point. Or it is called Q point. So I am discussing this. So what is Q point? The Q point is the point on DC load line, is the point on DC load line which specifies the DC value of collector current and collector emitter voltage for a given value of DC value of base current when AC input signal is not applied. Remember, the Q point is the point on a DC load line, which specify DC value of the collector current and collector emitter voltage for a given value of base current when AC input signal is not applied. This is also called operating point. So how to find this Q point or operating point? So you can use your Kirchhoff's second law for input section, for input section, for input. What is the Kirchhoff cycle law for the input section? VBB is equal to IBRL plus VB. Look here. This voltage is equal to this voltage. What is this voltage? I should say this is your IB. So this voltage is equal to what? This voltage is equal to IBRB plus VB. So that I have written. Look here. From this I am finding the value of base current. From this I am finding the value of base current. You know, this is the base current. From this you are finding. So from input section you are finding the base current. The intersection point of this base current with the DC load line. Intersection point of the, suppose base current this you are getting. The intersection point of this base current with the DC load line. The intersection point of this base current with this DC load line is called Q point, is called operating point, or it is called Q point. Remember, the intersection point of this DC load line, with this value of base current, with, look here, this value of base current is called operating point or DC operating point or Q point. Okay, so you will find the base current from input section and see where it is intersect here. So if it is here, to say this is a U. Sir, it is here, to say this is a Q point. So this Q point now specify this collector emitter voltage, and is also specify this current. So this is called specified. Q point specify the DC value of collector current and DC value of the collector emitter voltage when AC signal is not applied. This is a DC current. So therefore, here VCEQ I have written. Here I have written ICEQ. Q indicate you are talking for a DC current when AC input is not applied, and this current is passing through the circuit. With ICQ is passing through the circuit when this is not applied, with this is not applied. At that time this much ICQ is passing, and this is the VCQ voltage is there, VCQ we are writing. So remember, Q point is the operating point, or DC load it is called Q-shunt point. So maximum you will later on you will study at Q-shunt condition. So remember, this operating point means at which value of the collector current, at which value of the collector voltage your transistor is operated when AC input is not given. Your transistor is operated when AC input is not given, remember. Okay, this is about this point. This is about this point. This is your VCC. Now, remember most important point. For a class A operation, for a class A operation, class A mode of operation, the Q point is always selected at the middle point of the load line. Q point should be at the middle point of the load line. Means this must be 20 milliampere. This must be what? 8 volt. For a class A amplifier, the Q point is selected at the middle point of the load line. So how it can be possible? By selecting the proper value. By selecting the proper value of RB and RL, you can get Q point at the middle point of the load line. Now this circuit I am asking you. For a class A, what is the value of VCEQ? Immediately you have to write 8 volt. What is the, for class A, what is the ICQ? Listen again. For a class A, what is the value of VCEQ? Half of this. For class A, what is the value of ICQ? What is the value of ICQ? What is the value of ICQ? Half of I maximum, means half of VCC by RL. Okay. Okay. So this is here I have discussed about the Q point. Now let us talk about DC input resistance. DC input resistance. DC input resistance can be obtained from the input characteristics of the transistor. This is your input characteristics. Here I have to find, here I have to put your VBEQ and IBQ. So what does it mean? It means, look here clearly, it means how much value of the base current is flowing when AC signal is not applied. When AC is not applied, what the value of the, here you know this is VCQ, ICQ, this is IBQ. So you have to find what the value of when this is not applied, yeah, I am removing this. If this is not applied, then how much IB is passing and what is the VBE voltage? And you understand. Okay? When this is not there, when VS is not applied, you find out what is IB, what is the base current, and what is the VBE. And from this you can find, look here. So this is your VBQ, and from this you find out the DC input resistance. DC is nothing but the VBEQ upon IBQ. Or you can write, you find the slope of this line. Find the slope. So slope is 1 upon slope, you will get DC input resistance of the transistor. Okay. Today I am keeping up to this much topic. Based on this, so many MCs will come. Someone is asking you, if slope is this much, find the value of the DC input resistance. So you have to do 1 upon slope. Okay. Thank you.